Give me your car. Give me your keys. I don't know what racism is. Who's the Karen? Okay, let's watch some Karens. Karen acting up at 8 a.m.
Lady, please leave.
Can you write your name down?
No.
Okay, I'd like to speak to your manager.
Please, feel free to go find
Getting
him.
upset about having to pay $10 to get in while wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. Well, somebody could have gifted that to her. That don't mean nothing, but.
I didn't pay. I can't go in there.
Okay.
You just said I can't go in there unless I paid. I can't use the.
You know, you're right. You're right. You are way more, like, you're more important than anybody here.
No,
so
I'm
please
not.
go ahead.
I am
No,
not
go ahead.
important.
Have free. Go for it. You wanted to go in? Go for it, please.
I am not more important. I explained to you, like I explained
Great, and
to
I
you
said
across the
okay.
street,
I'm saying
they
okay.
said, and they said that's fine because I am not staying.
Okay.
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 $10 is $10.
Yeah, you're
I'll
right.
Be back later on today.
I don't know what the issue is here. I'm not really mad at like either person right now. I don't know. But wait, calls me a bitch? Okay, wait, who's calling? She's gonna call her a bitch?
Hey, to pay my
Great.
$10.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Bitch.
All right.
I have mixed opinions about that clip. I didn't really see the context before this, but I'm going to assume that she's trying to get into some type of establishment or something where there's some type of entry fee. And then she says something about trying to use the bathroom or something of that nature. I don't know, but I mean, the rule is no, you can't get in, lady. But I mean, this lady holding the camera is acting like a little bit sassy while who I'm assuming is supposed to be our Karen is, in my opinion, kind of keeping her cool. Like, yeah, you can't get in. Yeah, you can't use the bathroom. Like, that's fine. But hold on, listen to how sassy the girl holding the camera is. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think.
You just said I can't go in there unless I paid. I can't use the
You know, you're right. You're right. You are way more, like, you're more important than anybody.
Like, when she says that, I get it that that's how the lady's acting. But, like, I mean, what she just said was super rude. I get it. You're more important than, like, everyone else. And I haven't really seen any behavior yet to warrant that comment. What do you guys think? This feels more like Karen on Karen crime, if anything. But like, yeah, like, why did you upload this?
Here?
No,
So
I'm
please
not.
go ahead.
I am
No,
not
go ahead.
important.
Have free. Go for it. You wanted to
She's
go
being
in?
rude. She's saying, go ahead, have free reign, have this. While the other lady is, and you know, I've seen videos before where once the camera comes on, the other person tries to act calm, but I haven't really seen anything to warrant these comments. And then the thumbs up, that would have like set me off too. This part.
And they said that's fine because I am not staying.
Okay.
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 So what she's explaining is she already spoke to somebody else and they said that she didn't have to pay the $10 because she's not staying inside of the facility. So she walked up basically being granted permission from somebody else and this other lady's like not having it.
Yeah, you're
I'll
right.
Be back later on today to pay my
Great.
$10.
I'm happy
Pay my
for you.
$10 to park.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you.
Bitch.
All right.
You know what? Camerawoman was being a bitch. Sorry, that's my verdict.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
I phoned up, and they asked me to phone the city tomorrow, and the city's going to check if you had a permit.
That's great.
And then if there is a permit, we're going to find out.
Okay.
And I don't even need to know your name.
I like how she walked up like she had 2 points, but she just said the same thing twice.
Beautiful day. We appreciate your
I think
concern.
I
Take
will.
care.
I think I will. But you're also trespassing on his property now, right where he's standing.
Sorry, right where we
There's a
stand.
gate.
Where that guy in the hoodie.
There's a gate.
No, but it goes. No. But it
I know,
goes.
but it's his property.
We appreciate your concern. We'll
He's right there.
I was
right there.
It looks like they're filming a music video on private property. I don't understand. Hold on, what's going on? Like, the lady walks up, you know, stereotypically looks like a Karen. This is Karen energy.
Where's the owner? Where's the owner?
have a great day. Thank
No.
you.
I'm going to have a great day, but you know what? There are rules to be abided by. My husband works for the fire department, and when I get back
That's
to
right.
him,
If we have a fire, we'll give you a call.
Did they have a permit? Who's the Karen? You know what? This is going on YouTube. People on YouTube, what are your thoughts? Give me your, your thoughts. Twitch, what do we think? Nah, she was annoying too. I had neighbors like this, and they literally would look out their windows all day for something to happen so they could come out and cause a scene. Oh, it is possible, but they're shooting in their own neighborhood. Everyone sucks here. Love that answer. She was complaining about them filming on someone else's property. That's a little Karen-y, because then you know she's just pulling excuses out of her butt. I'm gonna go with what Glitch said. Way too much missing context. Adjourned. Here's a male Karen harassing me after a car accident that he wasn't even involved in.
You can hold the insurance card up to the phone so I have the information.
You're not doing that full of scam.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
How am I pulling a
What's
scam
the
if
damage?
she hit me? What is your problem? You're just being an asshole.
Look, where's the damage even on her car?
Dude,
maybe that?
That is not for me to decide. You don't know what she did inside. What did she hit it? How am I pulling a scam when she hit me at a stop sign? How am I pulling that scam?
You have her ID. I'll give you her phone number.
Now I need
don't want to turn in any insurance. I want you to have your guy call me, and I'll go and we'll look at the damage, and then if it's needed, I'll give you the insurance.
Well, how about you give me insurance, and I can call you if something's wrong with it, and we can figure it out. But she hit me. I need insurance. I was stopped at a stop sign.
Hold on.
So simple. This is not complicated.
So
you're obviously very young.
What?
And so is she.
Of
and the way the... It is
You're
the
being
business.
a jerk. She
I'm
hit
the
me at a
insured.
stop sign.
I'm the insured.
Okay, great. Well,
okay.
She hit me
Stop sign? What stop sign?
She hit me at the stop sign.
Well, okay, let me go over it. Cut it out. So she stopped there.
She stopped where she was going to go, so then she
went and stopped
again.
I have a question. Who the fuck is this guy? Was he in the passenger seat of the car? Back in the day, you know, when... What was the patty one? What was the patty? Pool party patty? Barbecue patty? Barbecue Barbara? I don't remember. You know, when we were first getting those videos, I think we were getting some context to situations. Now I think people just uploading any and everything up here.
At the stop sign.
Well, okay, let me go over it.
Okay.
Cut it out. So she stopped there.
She stopped where she was going to go, so then she
went and stopped
again.
Oh, so this guy literally was not in the car, not the father, not anything. Probably just saw the accident and came out of his house and was like, let's talk about this. I'm the mediator. Okay, that's giving Karen energy. Verdict, we don't know. That is a Karen from a distance look. That's...
Please step away from me. Please.
I'm waiting on the manager.
Okay, you can wait on the manager over there.
No, actually, I can't. You're recording me.
Yes,
and you clearly
and I need
said
you to step away from me.
I'm a paying customer. I'm sorry, you're not. I have no idea what hoe means or whore means.
What?
Don't talk to me.
What?
Leave her alone. Obviously, she's got some mental issues. Leave
Oh,
her
it
alone.
must be. It must be.
Leave her alone.
That's okay. You're already on the phone with law enforcement.
Okay.
The manager.
Okay, so I don't know if that's the camera person's friend, but somebody else chimed in and said this lady's got mental issues. I mean, like, that's the only context that we have, that somebody else is in agreement that this lady's in the wrong. Let's continue.
Is calling law enforcement over here concerning the two of you, and you will not be leaving this store until they get here.
Oh my God.
Give me 1 second.
I understand what you're doing. Thank you for doing that concerning these two customers that are basically psycho stalking my neighborhood.
What? What?
What?
No, this is the Karen. We found her. Hair hustler.
Go with hate crime. And you called me racist, didn't you?
Well, you wanted to refer my mom as
You're
a
not,
black
you're not
woman.
going to be
so.
leaving here. I'm sorry.
Love when people think that they have so much power. You won't be leaving today. I know you walked into this store today on your own God-given will, but God gave you that. And now I have a relationship with God, so I'm going to take that away. And you won't be leaving here today.
I wish Dad was here to see this.
I can't see it. It's a load of fake shit.
Not under my law. Not under my roof.
This is really happening.
She just clearly stated that you're going to be putting that on social media.
I'm not putting it on social media. I'm just doing it for my protection.
Right.
Well, this big old TikTok label in the bottom right says otherwise. My TikTok protection.
This is for my protection, not yours, honey.
Move away from her, Jackie. She's psychotic. Leave her alone. She's crazy.
You sound like my disgruntled aunt. I have news for you. I am your disgruntled aunt.
I don't know what racism is to you.
I don't know what racism is. Oh, stop looking at me. The woman being recorded was absolutely the Karen.
All of a sudden you can talk. Take my picture. Who paid for that? You can't afford that, but you can afford that. You don't have to go through those kind of questions.
It's 10 a.m. I don't understand your aggression.
No, it's not aggression. It's a question. That's aggressive. You want me to call the police on you?
Why?
All I did is ask you if you paid for it. I heard it's free.
No, yes I did. I don't understand.
Oh, so finally you say you paid for it. You clarified something.
I did 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you're very articulate. You did understand English. You understand other languages? Oh, what? You don't want to have a congenial conversation?
What is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. You make funny faces, though, like something might be wrong with you.
Oh, I don't...
This lady's a Karen, but that was a fucking roast. Like, that would hurt my feelings. I would have been like, what do you mean? Like, what are you saying? What?
Why are people so
You're
mean?
free to cry here.
Oh, she's gonna cry? Oh, no.
Oh, so you paid for it, but they pick on me. I paid for mine. I paid for mine, too, and they pick on me.
Oh, I feel so bad she's crying. Yeah, I just said it. That comment would make me cry, too. I'd be like, damn, you just trying to hurt me.
Hey, me, why don't they pick on you? Oh, you're gonna cry about having to pay?
This.
You can cry in public about paying. In your own name and everything.
Of course I did.
I pay too.
Why are you being like this?
I'm sick of paying.
This is the Karen. I was gonna say that was corny at first, but this is straight up racist. She's basically accusing her of not paying for something because of her ethnicity. This lady just sat down and asked her, oh, did you pay for that? And then later starts spouting about some like, you don't pay for stuff and then we gotta pick up the slack and pay for it. Bitch, what are you talking about? Taxes? Do your tax dollars pay for people's food in a restaurant? Or is there just shit coming out of your mouth? Just bleh. Wait, it's time for advertising, BOZE. Look, it's almost fall, and you know what that means? Lazy season. I don't want to cook, and I don't have to because I have Factor. Factor supports me, wholesome eating, making things nice and simple, veggie options, and customizable dinner plans. Factor cuts out grocery trips, cooking, and of course, dishes. Look, I say this every single time. I hate dishes. And that gives me more time to do things that I actually want to do, like not cooking and not doing dishes. I'm sorry, this is an anti-dish establishment. And I know, I get it. My whole spiel is about me being lazy and not wanting to do dishes. But isn't that enough? Factor comes in pre-packaged meals and all you need to do is add your silverware. Now is your chance to have an easy, stress-free, and tasty week. All you gotta do is go to go.factor75.com/BOZE130. Use the code BOZE130 to get $130 off across 6 boxes. Once again, that's go.factor75.com/BOZE130. No dishes for a month, baby. None. Last time I uploaded a video of Diane Downs being insane, absolutely insane. A bunch of people in the comments started saying, BOZE, did you hear about her parole hearing? Here Diane is, over about 40 years later, apparently still playing victim.
Still maintain that you did not commit these murders? Or the murder and the other crimes you were convicted of?
Absolutely. I didn't commit them, and I still maintain my innocence.
You sit on a throne of lies.
The night you took your children to the hospital in Springfield, will you describe the events of that evening?
Yes. My kids and I were sitting at home watching TV. We were watching Helen Keller, the Helen Keller story. I received a phone call from someone who said that he wanted me to come pick up some photographs for my boyfriend. Not of my boyfriend, but for my boyfriend, Rick.
We didn't say...
Rick is a guy that I'd been dating for about 6 weeks, and he claimed to be an...
No. If you guys recall, Diane Downs was another murderer that killed her children because she felt like they were in the way of dating another guy. If you're telling me that Diane murdered her children and attempted to murder one of her children over a guy she'd been dating for 6 weeks, you know what? I choose to go into a state of denial. My world will be a lot greener and brighter if I just assume that that didn't happen, just like Diane.
FBI agent. Whether or not he was, I don't know. I certainly never called him at work or showed up or made him prove it or show a badge. It didn't matter to me. I wasn't, to me it was just dating. But I received a phone call about 9:15 from someone who said I needed to come pick some photographs up for Rick. I piled the kids in the car. We went out to go meet this person to pick up the photographs. I stopped by Heather. Wow, I can't remember Heather's last name now. I stopped by Heather's house because I told Heather on the phone a few days earlier that I had a newspaper ad for her. So she had been wanting to buy a horse, and this was a newspaper ad that would allow her to adopt a horse.
Shut your ass up.
What are we talking about? This is what manipulative people do. You're talking about a subject, and then somehow they start to float all the way over here. And I say this all the time. If you're dealing with somebody that starts to do this and they try to cloud it with, you know, whatever, like, okay, here's an example of this. Say your sister stole something from you, took your laptop, messed something up or whatever, and you go in to confront her about it, and she's not really addressing it, and then she starts saying, well, I was at so-and-so's house all day yesterday, and blah, 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 and I never do this, and you know, you actually took one of my things a few weeks ago, but I didn't say anything. Inappropriate time to bring that up, and you're clearly just trying to detach from the issue right here at hand. So what do? We bring the manipulator back to the core issue. Repeat the question, bring them back into reality, and do not deviate from it. Don't get sucked up into whatever lane they're trying to drag you into. Just bring it back to the core issue. I don't know what she's talking about.
Clipping for her that I'd found at work. So as long as we were going out to meet this guy to pick up photographs, we went by Heather's house. Heather said, I already got a horse just the other day. So we went to see the horse. Stupid horse, I just got out of Porsche. We left. I went to meet this guy. Somebody in the road flagged us down. I stopped and got out of my car, and he said something to the effect of, I want your car. And I laughed at him. And I said, you've got to be kidding.
More holes in Diane's story. I need you to imagine, face this way, like go, like role play this with me, like face this way, right? And then I'm gonna be the guy.
I'm the guy.
Let's say you're in your car with your children in the car, vroom vroom, and you're driving through a wooded area, and you know somebody comes to the car. Now imagine I'm a big burly man, I'm much bigger, and I come up to you and I'm like, give me your car. Give me your keys. Would you laugh? You gotta have some pretty big fucking balls. You gotta have the biggest, nuttiest, meatiest nuts to laugh in someone's face when they say, give me your keys, and you're in the woods with your children. It's just literally not, that's just not how that's gonna happen. And so when she just sits here and she says, and he came into the car and I laughed, she's not thinking like logically how ridiculous that sounds. Like, I don't even think I would let out a nervous laugh. I really don't. And I nervous laugh all the time.
Because in my mind, those kinds of things don't happen. In Arizona, those things don't happen.
Yeah, they don't
happen. Know about Oregon, but in Arizona, those things don't happen. Jumped into the car, leaned into the car, and started firing the weapon. And it happened so quickly that by the time he stood up and faced me, it was over. I mean, it was just that fast. He said something about the car again, and I struggled with him. The gun discharged. He fell back. I jumped in the car.
She's had 40 years to think of this excuse. This is the best we could come up with. I understand it has to be consistent with the silly little lie that she started, 40 years ago, but this is the bet. This is it. That's all she got.
Put the keys in the ignition and took off. The car door shut by itself. That's it. And I went to the hospital. Christy and Danny were in the back seat. When we got to the hospital, they were still crying. The nurses reported that they were still crying. The state says that I was the one that shot them and that I wanted them dead. If that was the case, I would not have taken them to the hospital still crying.
No. There was somebody that made a report that said that they realized later they had been driving behind Diane Downs that night, and I don't know if they were sure if it was before or after the shootings, but Diane was trying to make sure that either nobody was near her before she did it, or she was driving slowly to the hospital to make sure that her children died. I mean, and she did it as a setup so that she could try to sit here and say, well, if I had done this, why would I do this? It's because it was intentional. You did the bad thing, and then you planned to also do the opposite of the bad thing just to confuse people.
There are so many other ways to accomplish such a horrific deed if I was going to do it. I'm certainly bright enough to figure out another way besides some way that looks so absolutely insane and hokey that nobody would believe it.
You know what else just doesn't make sense about the Diane Downs story? If you were driving on the road and came to a stop sign and somebody came out of the woods and said, "Give me your car," and you said, "What?" And then they immediately stuck the gun in the car and started firing, what would you do? We don't even need Jeopardy music for this one. The answer is you would hit the gas. Diane was not critically wounded during this shooting. The children were. Why couldn't she just hit the gas? Why couldn't she just blow through the stop sign?
How do I explain this?
Yeah, trying to figure out a good lie, huh?
After my children and I were attacked, the police kept saying, "Diane, you must have lapses in your memory because there's holes in this you could drive a semi-truck through. None of this makes sense. You're forgetting something." I believed, because I'd never had any dealings with authorities, and I believed the authorities, and so I thought they did, that I had lapses of memory. I can't tell you how the towel got around my arm, so I know from my own personal experience that I did have at least that much of a lapse of memory. I don't know how the towel got around my arm. So when I would have, what people would call me up, and people would say, "I know so-and-so, and he said such and such."
I know so-and-so, and he said, Diane's fucking crazy.
Well, I have another guy would call and say, "I have a neighbor, and he has a car that just looks just like that, and he's been talking." These kinds of things were being said to me either by phone. People would stop me on my mail route. I worked in Cottage Grove, and people would drive all the way to Cottage Grove.
Once again, what was the question? I forgot. Diane has taken us from here all the way over here. It's just to try to confuse you, to try to get you caught up in another argument. I really hope that by us watching these videos of these manipulative people and these narcissistic people, it helps us laugh at them. Now that I can see the mental gymnastics, and I'm not trying to answer to it, because often people will try to veer you off course of the main topic and try to get you to engage in some other argument, you know? And I can just see it so clearly now, and it's so comical to me. When somebody is lying to you, manipulating you, or just, I don't know, trying to take you for a fool or fucking with you, and you can't really call them out on it because you know if you call them out on it, they're gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about?" This is so messed up. I'm gonna tell you guys what to do. I need you to use this for good and not evil, okay? When they finish their little rant, their ramble of whatever they're gonna say, I need you to just stare at them for about 4 seconds. So they're gonna say, "I love the da 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 da," and I mean, "You did that to me last week," and you're gonna do this. Those couple seconds of that stare, that 4 or 5 seconds, it signals disapproval and social rejection. And just about anybody is sensitive to that. Narcissists and manipulators sometimes kind of use that subconsciously, but you can do that to somebody that's manipulating you, and it will make them question everything. It will make them question all of their words. And so you don't have to call them out. You don't have to give them a chance to fight back on something. Just give them the 4-second social disapproval stare. It'll work.
I believe this had to be somebody who knew me. They also, at one point, the last day that I got to see Christy in the hospital, I believe it was June 15th of '83, Doug Welch came to the hospital and said, "Steve Downs did this. We know Steve Downs did this. You need to be willing to testify against him." I said, "How do you know Steve Downs, my ex-husband? How do you know Steve Downs did this? Give me the evidence." He said, "Don't worry about the evidence, just be willing to testify." I said, "If you can't prove to me he did it, he's not the one that fired the gun." He said, "But he was behind it."
Dude, I can't stand her. I can't. It's hard to finish the video. She's still like this 40 years later.
That gave me the belief that the police were absolutely convinced that somebody I knew did this. And if the police believed it, then I believed it.
All of that just to end it with, well, it's the police's fault because I told them this and they believed it, so I figured it must have been true, so it's the cops' fault. That's why I believed it, and that's why I told this story, because the police said it. And so if they said it, why would I not believe it? They're police, they're an authority. I trust the police, they said it. I mean, like, that's basically what she just did. I can't do it anymore. We tried, didn't we?
But
I had played it and I was like, no, I'm back.